really pleased to spend the whole afternoon here in the kitchen and showing some of our delights that we do at Mr. Bianco. You know, we're not a big restaurant, we're a small restaurant, but you know, people love us and keep coming back, and thank you for the opportunity.
Well, your history and your roots are from Sicily, is that right?
Yeah.
So tell me how did you become a chef? How did you get into it?
Wow. It's a long story.
Probably the short version.
I'll give you the short version. So we've got, what, 2 or 3 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 at the most.
Fantastic. So it's all about mum. You know, cooking with mum, everything was about, and in our family, everything was about food.
Is that normal for most Italians, though?
Yes, normal.
It seems to be...
Yes and no. Yes and no. And food brings the family together. You know, coming to another country, having, you know, the family all kind of broken up, and it was a time where on Sundays and so on, I've got some really vivid moments of obviously the family together and so on. And the food was very simple, but it was always full of flavour. You know, things like I can still taste the tomato sauce, I can still taste the pasta and all the different roasts and things like that we did.
Now, you've been very lucky to, well, it's not lucky, you've worked incredibly hard, but to go to Italy and I guess work your butt off under some of the top Michelin star chefs and people like that. Was that hard?
Oh, it's very hard.
I can't even imagine it.
And to say it wasn't hard, you know, being there for quite some time and coming back. But one thing that you do come back with is basically a tolerance and a resilience to working hard.
And smacks around the back of the head with fry pans.
That's okay. You know, sometimes it's needed.
What are your favourite things to cook? Like if you're not actually cooking for guests in your restaurant, you're just cooking for fun, if there is such a thing.
Right. There's a few things. I love cooking pasta. I love doing things like, you know, healthy elements as well. Things from the back garden, you know, the zucchinis that we have, or beans, or you know, slow braisers. Things that obviously, again, doesn't require you to stand over the oven all day. Something that you can put in the stove and let braise and then take out and it's ready. So most of the things that you do produce in the kitchen, 90% of it is obviously the hand selecting and having good suppliers and making sure that the ingredients, you know, are things that you want to use. And I always say, seasonal as well, and local. And I always say, if I'm not going to eat it and I don't like it, it's not going on the menu, and I don't want my customers to, or you know, the people around me to. So that's really it. It's very simple: local, seasonal, and make sure that it's just full of flavour, packed all the time. And the chefs that we have in Melbourne or in Sydney, and the skill level.
But more Melbourne.
Yeah, more Melbourne. The skill level that we have to offer to our young kids that are going through the ranks of hospitality is fantastic. You know, you can go to any good restaurant, and if you're serious in what you want to do, you can achieve whatever you like. There's no doubt.
Well, you've certainly had a lot of experience. You've had quite a few different restaurants that you've owned over the years, and you're the chef and the owner, which
and the HR and the cleaner
and a bit of everything.
Yeah.
And I guess that's quite a unique skill set as well, because there are a lot of chefs who actually don't have, you know, the commercial, I guess, knowledge and skills, because it can be a very, very cutthroat, hard industry to be in.
It is.
One thing I love about your restaurant is that you have a lot of females in the kitchen, and it's really, you know, there aren't a lot of young female apprentices coming through, and I think that they don't tend to last because, you know, there is a bit of a sometimes interesting culture in the kitchen.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
So, you know, and they seem very happy, and it's great.
However, I see in our industry, for example, in hospitality at the moment, I do see a lot more females coming through. Whether to do back of house or front of house. The female heads of state, if we call them, or the ones that are leading lights, female chefs that have done...
The Nikki Reimers of this world.
Exactly. You know, they've actually shown that, you know, that you can do it, and they're great things. Obviously, the family unit and so on has changed as well. You know, before... You know, by 25 or 26, you'd be married and have, you know, children and things like that. That's all changed. So a lot of those those components have changed as well.
I can't say too much, but you've got a few other projects on the boil that are coming up.
Well, I hope so. Yeah, there are a few things. There's some about to sign. There are some things that are coming up, but I'm really energized, and I think in the next few years,
it's very exciting.
It is. It's very exciting. It's great.
So today, just quickly run us through the dishes that you've made for us, which you can see on the website.
Sure. So obviously the first dish that we did was a very simple pasta dish, homemade tomato sauce,
stunning
meatballs, the beautiful olive oil that we've got from Martin at the end.
Thanks, Marty.
And then we did the lovely tuna dish, which is synonymous with Mr. Bianco, very flavoursome, and then we did we've done the paella, which is still in the oven, about to come out. And the braccioli, which is probably my favourite
it's really good.
food to
I've
eat,
never
whether
had
it be
it
on the
before.
barbecue or in the oven.
And for dessert?
Dessert, we're going to do a very quick, simple cannolo filled with fresh ricotta from the boys from That's Amore Cheese, and we'll take it from there.
Awesome. So thank you, Joe, for coming in today and sharing some of your amazing knowledge. And you're a brilliant teacher, actually, and
thank you.
Going through all your dishes, and you can get them all online here. And if you haven't been into Mr. Bianco, then you need to go. It's really, really, really delicious, and you'll love it.
Yeah, great opportunity. Thanks very much. I enjoyed myself today.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.